Good day, doctor. So today our group will be presenting our system documentation, which have the test case and the traceability metrics. So the first test case is register. At first, the user will navigate to registration page and enter their user details and submit. So if created successfully, they will show registration successful and redirect them to login page. And then if they enter an invalid email and submit, they will show an error message that this email is already registered.
Okay, so for the login test case, firstly the user navigate to the login page by using the link of the HTTPS API QMS login. So that when the user enter the petty detail and click login, the system will waiting for the system to process and also verify the login success. So the user will redirect to the main UI, the main dashboard. Next. The next one is the alternate scenario of the exception scenario of login. So when the user enter the invalid password and click login, so when waiting for the system response, the system will appears invalid credential error message and also will verify the page that the user will remain on the login page. Next.
All right, so for the manage profile, we have normal serial and exception. So first, user have to log in and navigate to the profile page, and then they can edit their phone number. Okay, so when the phone number is entered, they can press enter and see and observe the system confirmation. And if the system profile successfully update, it means that the data is successfully set. So for the expected scenario, so we log in and then we input. We want to update phone number, and then we observe the system response. Validation fail error message appear next to the phone number, which means this data is not safe. Next.
This test case verify the logout function in Avaya QNS in the normal scenario. When the user click logout and confirm, the system show a logging out message and redirect to the login page. Next. In the alternate scenario, if the user click cancel, the session remain active and the user stay on the dashboard. Okay.
So for the change control subsystem, there are 5 main test cases. So the first will be uploading documents. So on the normal scenario, the user will navigate to the document repository page, upload the document, and if the file is accepted, which is a valid file, then they will show the upload indicator, and once the file is successfully uploaded, it will show a confirmation message. So for the exception scenario, if the file upload is an invalid file, for example, a .exe file, the system will throw a invalid format or metadata error message, and the upload is cancelled, so the user will maintain in the upload dialog. So the next will be requesting for document modifications. Again, to the same repository page, then the user will click the modify button to edit the document, enter their justification, and the system will validate their request and move on to the next step, which is pending approval. For exception, if, for example, the justification is left empty, the system will inform them that they cannot leave it empty and they must fill in at least a value, and the system will remain on the user will remain on the request form. So the next test case will be the normal scenario of the review and approve or reject modification for managers, as well as the alternate scenario. So for the normal scenario, the manager can request will check to the review. Then once they review already, they can approve it, and once approved, the system will show a confirmation message and the request will be approved, so the user can modify the file. For the alternate scenario, the manager can open the pending again, and then they can reject the modification due to, for example, insufficient justification, and then the rejection will be promptly relayed to the employee. So to track version history, there's again 2 scenarios. For the first normal scenario, the user can click the version history option, so they can select the version and compare, which the system will retrieve both version details and compare accordingly. So for the alternate scenario, again, the user can select the version, so they can restore versions as well. So to do this, the confirmation dialog will appear, and then the user can click to restore, to confirm restore, and then the system will throw a success message again. So for the final one will be the view audit trail. So there's 3 scenarios here. So the normal will be directly clicking the view audit trail, which will show the audit log for the entire document. The next alternate scenario is that there is a filter criteria. So the table will be populated with the historical entries, and then you can search by user and modified. So for example, copy and then modified. So the system will retrieve the relevant files and display it. So the last one will be the another alternate scenario. So this one will be exporting in file formats, for example, PDF or CSV. So the audit table will refresh to show only the entries matching the filter, and then for example PDF, so it will show only PDF files.
So now will be the subsystem for audit management. As for the first test case, will be create audit plan. Yeah, next. So for the normal scenario, they will navigate to the audit planning section and click schedule new audit to create a new audit, and they assign an available auditor and submit. So it will show audit plans as successful created. As for the exception scenario, will be the manager fill in details with a new audit on a date that is already being booked. It will show an error message that the date already booked. Yeah. As for another exception scenario is to attempt to assign an auditor who is already scheduled for another audit on the same date. It will also show auditor unavailable. As for the second test case, the auditor will navigate to My Audits and select a scheduled audit to enter their observation and also attach the supporting file if they needed, and they click Add Finding and finalize the audit. So as for the third test case, will be receive audit reminder. The normal scenario will be for the audit due in exactly 3 days, the system calculate the days and will send a reminder. And for the alternate scenario will be for the audit schedule for tomorrow, they will calculate the days remaining and show high priority 1-day reminder or urgent reminder. So for the exception scenario will be for each of the audit that are overdue, the system will take action that will send overdue alert to the auditor. And for the fourth test case will be manage audit findings. So they navigate to audit findings dashboard and update the status of the finding and verify the update. As for the alternate scenario will be they click assign and select an employee and also add the instructions for the employee, and they can confirm the assignment and verify the outcome.
Okay, for register device or equipment, 01, the employer select device fill in NAND module and supplier create register and the system save the access via success confirmation. 02, the employer select equipment fill in NAND module and supplier create register and the system save the equipment via success confirmation. Next. For update device and equipment details, 01, the employer select an existing device, modify field like location or status, create save and the system validates and update the access via success message. 02, the employer select an existing equipment, modify field like collaboration that create save and the system validate and update the access via success message. 03, if invalid data is entered, the system show an error and keep the original data unchanged. 04, if invalid data is entered, the system show an error and keep the original data unchanged. Next, for the link device document, 01, select a device, attach a document and the system validate and link it successfully. 02, select equipment, attach a document and the system validate and link it successfully. 03, upload the duplicate file, choose override and the system replace the old file with the new one. 04, upload a duplicate file, choose cancel and the system cancel the operation, keeping the original file. Next case, view device or equipment profile. 01, select a device and the system display the full access detail and link document. 02, select equipment and the system display the full access detail and link document. 03, intend to view a non-existent access and the assistant show an access no file error. Okay.
Okay, so for the calibration module, yes, for module, first one is create calibration module. Next. So first they navigate to the calibration page, they choose the equipment, and then they set the date, the time and the deadline, and if the deadline is valid, it will set the result. Next. And for the exception flow, if it's invalid deadline, so if the schedule will not be saved. Okay, next is the record calibration. So again, in navigate to the calibration page, select the test, and then the employee input all parameters, and if the parameters are all valid, the system validates the result as passed. Or else, if the parameter is invalid, system will validate the result as failed, and the equipment status is updated to out of calibration. Next. Next is view calibration history. So again, navigate to the page, and then you select the equipment ID, and you click view history for the equipment, and then the system will display retrieve all calibration of that equipment. And user can also apply the filter to history and the to select the single calibration record. Next. Okay, finally is receive calibration reminder. So it has a normal scenario and alternate scenario. Okay, so for the calibration schedule, the daily reminder checks the run, and then the system checks upcoming due calibration. So which has less than 3 days, and then if it is less than 3 days, it will send a reminder to the employee. Next. So if the due is already passed, the system will send an overdue alert to the employee.
So we come to the customer subsystem the first is the manage customer complaint. So for the first scenario of the manage customer complaint, let's move to the first scenario. So the first scenario is navigate to the customer complaint page and log a new complaint. So the user will fill out with the valid detail and create log complaint and observe the outcome. The second is create a new complaint, fill out the valid detail but set as draft and observe the result, verify the draft status. Next. Next is the log new detail, log new complaint and fill out with the valid detail, create log complaint, but the system can appear as error, so the user can observe the error handling, the error message failed to submit appears. Next. Navigate. The next is attempt to save a draft but simulate a database failure. The system processes the draft. Next. The next is assign and track customer complaint investigation. So first is view pending investigation and assign the investigator. So it can optionally link to a CAPA and confirm the assignment. Because the same message will display. So the next one is SMN, assign the new investigator but need to confirm the assignment and reassign the new investigator and verify the update. Next. And the third one is assign a new complaint and also select a complaint and mark it as resolved and confirm resolution and message confirm will appear. The third is receive customer complaint reminder. So first is the system will check the assignment status, which is due in less than 3 days. So the system will calculate how many days remaining. So when the condition is met, so the user can observe the system action and the upcoming deadline is displayed. The next one is the system check the assignment status. So the system will find a complaint that the SLA overdue the SLA deadline. So when the condition is met, user can observe the system action such as the overdue status is set, and also the high priority alert escalated SLA breach is displayed. Next. Traceability matrix. So this one is basically the table of all the test cases set and arranged together from the first authentication user management, second document change control, next audit management, and device and equipment management and calibration management, and the last one is customer complaint management. All the test cases is well separated and also set inside the matrix. So that's all for our presentation of STD today. Thank you very much.